You're now listening to the Cerberus Gridiron Podcast. And now your hosts, Christian and Kris, powered by Cerberus Fantasy Sports.
Let's go. Welcome to the Cerberus Gridiron Podcast. I am your host, Christian_CFS, and this is your co-host, Mr. K Camp. How you doing, Mr. K Camp?
I am doing well. What up, my good people? Shalom, my kin to my good people, and shalom, my kin to my bad people. May we learn to become good because we need some good in this world. What's up, man?
Not much, man. Sorry, everybody out there. We had some technical difficulties last week, but I'm doing pretty good. Can't complain at all. Like, we kind of missed the Super Bowl, so
we did.
That was kind of fun.
We can talk about it though.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about it
real quick.
But yeah, man, it's going to be a nice little episode for everybody out there. What we're going to end up doing is we're going to recap a little bit for the Super Bowl, like what we did end up missing, tell you our thoughts of the process of who we thought was going to end up winning, and just our overall, what we liked about the Super Bowl. And then the last segment, we're actually going to break down, since the season over, what do you do now? And we're going to tell you what you should be doing if you're in a Dynasty League. Dynasty, or even in redraft, you can still do the same strategy, but you're going to do it up in like reverse a little bit. What was your thoughts? And let's slap it to the
of the Super Bowl. My thoughts on the Super Bowl.
Yep. Thoughts on the Super Bowl.
It came like we said. I think we both said 3 points, right? We said it was going to win by 3 points. I'm putting it on the leg of Harrison Butker. What was the score? They won by what? They won by
4.
Touchdown.
They won by 4. Yeah.
So we were close. This time I bet on Pat, right? So winner, chicken dinner.
Yep.
We said that we was like after I had bet on Pat in the wild card round, in the division round, lost both. I was like, look.
Hey, that's just a sign right there, dog. Hey.
Either I'm gonna ride with him, or I'm going down with the ship. So
yeah,
I rode with him. I'm so glad I did. And that was the only thing I bet on. I didn't do any props. I didn't do no squares. I wanted to do some squares, but I didn't do squares. Nothing. I just put my little money on Kansas City plus 1.5.
So I understand the squares, but for people that do not understand the squares, can you tell them what the squares are for if they was to actually get intrigued with it?
Oh man! So typically on like big game, like the college championship or like Super Bowl, I can't think of how many squares it is. But anyway, so you buy say it's 30 squares. You purchase a square, and say if it's $10 a square, you purchase a square, you put your name, and then the person. The host of the squares, he'll randomly put numbers on top and then on side, right? On the side. And like he might have it like each quarter payout. So the numbers could be in order 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They keep going up to 8, 9, 10, maybe. Is it 10 maybe? It's been so long. Maybe 10 across and then 10 down.
It depends on how big you actually want the board to be. I think it's like that's 100 squares.
The board to be. Yeah, and so like after each quarter, so let's say if you landed on like the Chiefs at the top and then 49 on the side. If you land on like 7 and 3, and then at the end of the first quarter the score is 7-3, well you'll get paid out for that quarter. Typically they pay each quarter, then they have an overall winner at the end. So that's how squares work. It's fun. The numbers are picked at random. They're picked after you pick a square, because obviously who would pick 7, 3, 0? So they do it afterwards, do the numbers afterwards, so you can make it to have it fair. And then you get paid out of each quarter. It's pretty cool, and it's something extra to do. I'm a gambler, man, so I love to do it. I just ain't done it in a while. Nobody's coming to me with it to do it, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I've seen it
That's
before,
good
but
stuff.
did it like back in the day, but ain't picked up on it like this, like that. But I am glad that you actually didn't go against Pat. That is freaking
Never
awesome.
again. I'm not going against Pat again. Only time I'm
Because
going against Pat
I
if
told you.
he's a huge 7 points or more favorite. Then I'll bet against the other. I'll bet the other team spread.
Okay.
Short dog. I mean short favorite. I'm betting on Pat. He's
And
Brady now. Just don't do it.
yeah, we already said that, dog.
Just don't do it.
We already said that. We already said that. So another thing about the Super Bowl is, what was your overall thoughts about Brock Purdy? Do you think he came and then he was there, or what was your overall thoughts about him
I think Brock Purdy did what he was supposed to do. He's not like I said. We know
as
he's
a
not
game
gonna be
manager?
game manager.
Game
He
manager.
managed the game. You know what I'm saying? He did what he was supposed to do. Him knowing to check at the line and move the line over. That's not really. He's his second year in. He's probably played maybe like 25 games, so he ain't ready. He ain't played 2 full seasons yet. So you can't really hold that against him. Now, remember the line coach, they should know. Don't let Chris Jones get off untouched. I don't know how that happens, but you can't really blame Purdy. I think that he would be good. He's probably been the best in Kyle Shanahan's system, even probably better than Matt Ryan. So
Mm-hmm.
he's great for Kyle Shanahan's system, right? He does just enough. But I think as he grows and get older, he'll be able to make that check at the line and to see where that blitz is coming from. He can hit IU because he had IU and he had somebody else on the right side too. He could have hit, but that pressure came at him. So I mean, he's fine. Purdy did. He managed the game.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. That's
even Pat Mahomes managed the game. Pat Mahomes has managed the game.
Yeah.
But we needed a touchdown, get you that touchdown. They needed one, he got it. That's the difference. You can be a game manager and still win, but when the time comes for you to give me that touchdown, can you do that?
But that was actually showing people this year that, like, Pat, he didn't have the actual talent that he used to have, like that deep threat. So of course he's not going to have, like, I don't know what people expected, like Patrick Mahomes just to do this year. Like, he didn't have the actual deep threat. So what else am I going to do? I'm actually going to throw it to my check downs, 5 and under, 10 and under, and then let them do what they got to do. And then eventually it's just going to keep progressing. Eventually I'll be able to hit one of those deep routes down the field because you ain't expecting it. But overall, like, he is that Tom Brady elite game manager this year doing, and it's not that many people that can get to that elite status.
They can. And there's nothing wrong with being called a game manager. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, like you said, Pat Mahomes all year, he was a game manager this year. But we've also seen Pat in the past be a game changer. So we know he can do both. And if I'm a GM, I want my quarterback to be able to do both, right? To be that, don't be like Josh. See, Josh, he's a game changer. But sometimes I just need you to manage the game. My defense got us here. Just manage the game and don't fuck it up. So yes, Pat Mahomes was a game manager. Like you said, he was the elite game manager. When they needed a touchdown, he took it. So instead of him, having having like 6 or 7 deep shots, he may only have like 2 or 3 a game. Just got to hit him.
Yeah. And then, like, we also talked about, our main objective was, in order for KC to win, somebody in the receiving core had to step up. And they did that. Yeah, other than Kelsey, and they did that.
We did that.
It was actually by like a committee out there. MVS started doing things. I was like, where's this guy at? This dude trying to get re-signed next year.
Who did we not see? I have no idea what is up with Sky Moore.
Oh, that dude's up in the doghouse, dog. That dude
what did he do? What he was when he second round pick in real life? What round did he go?
He was second round.
What did he do? Is he just not that good? He just missed.
Well, you also got to remember it's KC. So, like, we lost Tyreek Hill for like the past 2 years. I just need somebody with speed that can take the top off the field and that can actually do what they're supposed to do.
I thought that was. Is it not him? I thought that was him.
Obviously, it's not him because
it's not him.
So I wouldn't be shocked if they take another speedster and then he just keeps getting knocked down that totem pole.
And I got an idea. of a rookie who they can take. Maybe at the end of the first round.
It's like this. There's another rookie out there that they don't even have to get him up in the first round that they can get, and he's a speedster.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna say anything.
I forgot about him. There's two of them. I've been starting my little research, and there's one today that I did a research on.
You gonna stop, dog. You gonna stop your research right now.
We'll be right. 30 minutes. We supposed to get y'all out here in 30 minutes. We got 20 minutes left. Sorry. That's what the episode is coming. Yeah.
So, man, like the Super Bowl was great. Like it was on point. Like
it was no Usher though. They said it was mid. What you think?
I thought it was good, man. I thought it was good.
Me too.
I'm thinking it's good because he did his thing. Like what I wanted to see is Usher and bring out people that I know, and that's what he did.
That's what he did.
People got stuff all up on the daggone pedestal and everything. Like you got expectation. Like, man, I want Usher to come out the ceiling just flipping and everything, saying yeah and all that good stuff like Jamone. And nah, man, he ain't doing all that, man. Dude's old.
I thought we had Beyonce, we had Rihanna was pregnant, then we had Dr. Dre and them, but I thought for what we expected of Usher, he did good. Every artist he brought out, there's nobody putting out new music. So how Dr. Dre brought out Kendrick.
Yep.
But I thought he did fine. I thought it was good it was very nostalgic for me. So
yeah,
I'm going to the concert. So when he comes in,
there you go. Like you going to the concert?
Yeah, my money. I said I can check him off the list. I ain't seen Usher in person.
So off list.
He did great, right?
Yeah. So what? Now this is one thing that I did not actually watch like that I wanted to. What was your overall thoughts up on the commercials out there? The commercials were like a little mid this year. It wasn't like last year.
No, there's probably like some good ones. There's probably wasn't no middle of the. It was probably like some good ones, and then some ones that were not so good. That one, I like that one. The Dunkin' Donuts one with Ben Affleck, Tom Brady, and Jennifer Lopez.
Oh, where they all came in.
Yeah.
But did you actually see that? So there was that Dunkin' Donuts commercial, but then like Tom Brady was in like 4 or 5 commercials, dog.
I heard that. I didn't. I missed them.
The dude
I was kind of still cooking. I missed him.
Bro, the dude was in like 4 to 5 commercials, and I'm like, I see why this dude ain't worrying about playing. The dude's getting the bag just to be in a 30-second $4 million commercial.
And then getting how much you get from Fox starting next year?
Man, I don't even want to hear that, man.
It's over 10 million. It's something crazy.
Yes, something crazy, man. They done kicked my boy out, Greg
Olsen. And Greg
that boy was doing. Just like what they said, that boy good. That boy good.
He'll get a job. I mean, I don't know. Somebody need to get. So that means he's fired. Like they just.
So he's not fired. What he is he'll, instead of him being like the number 1 up on Fox's team, he'll be bumped down to actually number 2. So he'll be up on the actual 2nd tier squad. So.
Gotcha. He just bumped down. Yeah. So like how Tony is for CBS number 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So if they wanted somebody else to be over Tony Romo would end up getting bumped down. Or is he number 2?
I thought if he ain't number 1, who's the one over there then? It's got to be Tony. I think it's got to be Tony. I mean, it's the GOAT. If you get knocked down for anybody, it's the GOAT. But let's just hope that the GOAT can fill them shoes.
Just because you the GOAT don't mean you can't. But I think he's actually gonna do really good. If you actually heard Tom Brady's shoot, what I don't know if you ever listened to like the sports radio stations, like on every Monday night game, like for the past couple of years, Tom Brady was always on there, and he was having like a brief with the actual guy. I forgot who the guy was. Right before the game kicked off, like on Sunday nights, he had like a maybe, and this is once he stopped playing. Before it used to be Larry Fitzgerald, and Larry Fitzgerald was actually doing like the commentating, talking for like maybe like 20-30 minutes with the actual host of like the upcoming games and like what he's expecting. And then they give him like about that little. Oh yeah, man. But yeah,
so he did pretty good there. Is what you're saying?
He did pretty good. He was just talking like normal, like how he would talk. But commentating games. We'll see what he ends up doing. So I don't see. As long as he informs everybody what's going on, then I don't see. Shoot, the way he played football, I don't see why he can't.
Well, Drew Brees couldn't do it, right? Or somebody else couldn't do it who wasn't that good. If somebody else, they paid some hell of money too. He did. I can't think of who it is though.
It was a coach, wasn't it?
Was it a coach? Oh yeah, who took over for Gruden? Who took over for Gruden Monday night? I know it was your boy McFarland Booger, but it was somebody else though. They was to take over that spot, but after Gruden, whoever came after Gruden didn't do a good job.
Yeah, I can't remember who that is, but sucks for them. But let's go to the second segment in this podcast, episode 34. And if you're made it this far, go and hit that like button because we know that there's 53% of you guys out there that have been listening to the podcast and you don't hit the like button. Just go and hit the like button and also hit the subscribe. Like, it's not hard to do.
It's not hard.
It's not hard, man. We greatly appreciate it, man. Trying to entertain you. Do what we got to do. We always trying to.
It's only entertainment.
It is. But let's go to the second segment, man. We got to get everybody ready that is in the Dynasty Leagues, or even if you are thinking about joining Dynasty, maybe you might want to pick up like an actual orphan team. These are some of the things that you might want to consider before you pick them up. And even if you're in redraft, there's nothing wrong with starting about 6 months early to get ready for your redraft league.
Hey, nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that. Some of the ones that actually start early are the ones that you see up in the finals all the time.
Yeah.
And you wonder why they actually there. Because they do their process. And some people get lucky. That's the name of the game. But some of the things.
Idiots in these trades, boy. What they doing? Go ahead.
Oh no, I know what I be doing, but hey.
No, idiots who trading to you don't know what they doing. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey man, they know what they doing, dog. Just let them
they got a bone to pick with Drake now. I'm still mad about that, bro.
Hey man, I don't know what to tell you. But some of the things that we gonna say is that we end up considering doing is first thing you want to do is you want to assess your team. Figure out your team's direction. Like, what do you physically want to do with your team this year? Me personally, I'll give you one example. I'll give you two, actually. In one league, I'm the defending champ. Whooped everybody's ass and everything. Wasn't even close. Got this back-to-back. So I'm the champ. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to get younger. I'm trying to get younger, but I'm also trying to see what areas I need help in.
Right.
For example, if you do not know, we are actually playing on Reality Sports Online. It's probably the only website out there that I know of that has salary cap. Mm-hmm. So if you ever wanted to be a GM and you never knew what to do, go and check out Reality Sports Online. Like, be a GM, do the actual salary cap. Got rookie picks that actually have cap issues, and it's not like no other auction leagues or anything like that. It's actually the NFL salary cap. So it's showing you all your friends talking junk out there, talking about you can beat this person up and you like a better GM. All right, shut your mouth and let's prove it. If you want to prove it, go on, take your behind down there to that Reality Sports Online and prove yourself on who's the better GM.
Mm-hmm.
But that's accessing everything. Then what do you think about like on the overall, like you was in the losers bracket, right?
No, fool. Don't disrespect you like that. Is it? I am trying to disrespect you like that. I was in the loser bracket. No.
No. I'm sorry, my bad, y'all. It's a leap year, so he actually made it to the actual winners bracket this year. So
first of all, when I do go to loser bracket, but when I go, it's because I want to go. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's easy to make the playoffs. I have a philosophy. And if you follow this philosophy, I feel like it's easy, barring injury, right? Barring injury, it's easy for you to make the playoffs. No reason you should win 9 or 10 games in a season if you follow one of my philosophies. But so to answer his question, no, I was not in the loser bracket. I was in the third place bracket. I came in third place. I hadn't paid my dues yet. So I was gonna pay my dues so I can see. I can try to remember what happened in the semifinal game. But if I remember correctly, in my semifinal game, my wide receivers didn't show up.
Okay.
So that's who didn't show up for me. And so now I need to go back and try to reassess and figure out, okay, I need to find some better wide receivers, right? So that's one of my first goals. I need to find some better wide receivers. So I look at where I came up short and how can I improve in that particular area.
Okay.
My tight end came up short too. So
I understand. I definitely feel that right there.
Address that.
Oh, you kind of addressed?
I kind of addressed that last season. You know, I got.
You talking about Dalton?
Yeah, I got his hopefully his eventual replacement. You know, hopefully he continue to show up and get better.
Why you think I was trying to get him off your dog?
Yeah, not letting that happen. I mean, you gonna give me Michael Mayer, weren't you? Like,
yeah. Shoot, I got Laporta, so
he did that again. See, trading with idiots, trading with your. But you didn't need Laporta though, did you? Did you need him? You didn't need him, did you?
At that time, I did need him because I didn't have I actually didn't have a tight end. I had Mayer, but
you had
I had Andrews. Hurt, right? Andrews got hurt that like a week before, so so I was trying to figure out. But it's always somebody that's gonna give me what I want. So
now you did have you did have a lot of draft picks. So
I gave up.
You have those assets. You can do that.
I didn't have any, I don't have any first this year at all, which is really shocking. I started off with like 4. And traded all them things away. And like I told people, hey man, I was trying to go for the ship. I was trying to go back to back. Nobody has ever did back to back in the league that we're in. So I wanted to try that out. And with that being said, you got to find the direction that you want to go after you actually looked over your team. So since we're talking about my team that actually went back to back, the only way to do it now is you got to try for that daggone trifecta.
Hey.
And we know that has not been done yet. And if you are trying to try that trifecta, you got to do what he said. So I know that as y'all already know, I do have Sam Laporta as my young star tight end. But then coming out of it, I still got Mark Andrews, who I can end up franchise tagging if I want to.
Okay.
So we could see what ends up happening there. A lot of people got a lot of money this year. They got a lot of money, and there ain't no tight ends out there that are as good as Andrews.
Nope.
You got Kittle, but
me, I don't.
No, not you, but there's Kittle that's probably has the potential to be out there up in the league. But we already know Kittle ain't gonna be the one. So you already know what your boy gonna do over here. Franchise tag, dog.
Franchise tag.
Andrews will be staying for another year.
I mean, what you gotta do, you're right. Ain't nobody out there. You gotta get someone who's been in the top 5 for the past 4 or 5 years. So yeah.
Yeah, you gotta keep them. And then so like after you looked at your team, you already saw like the direction you're trying to go. Like which way are you trying to go? You trying to get that? Are you trying to find another wide receiver that can actually who you know? All right, if anything hits the fan, I know for a fact I can count on this person. Do you think you was missing that, or do you think Diggs? I think Diggs kind of messed you up this year with that. I don't think he was as reliable as he was up in previous years. Which we kind of said that at the very beginning of the season. Like, there's one guy that we don't expect for him to be as reliable, and he pretty much proved everything.
He came out smoking though. He came out hot at the first 7-8 weeks of the season on fire. And but like you said, yeah, I thought I had got his replacement also. So like I'm always thinking a year ahead. I might think a year or two ahead, right? As you should. So everyone who's listening, I always think a year or two ahead. So I had my plan was looking at Kels, see him getting older. So I drafted Kincaid last year. I also drafted JSN last year, right? So I was hoping that he would fill that void for Stephon Diggs because I know he's getting longer in the tooth, he's getting older. I know it. Him probably running his mouth in the offseason with the Buffalo Bills, right? But JSN didn't pop, which I didn't expect him to this year. I don't know if he's going to even pop next year, though, just to be perfectly honest, because Lockett and DK, they're still there. They got Geno. They got new OC. So Jackson Smith and Jigba lack of production in points scored isn't lacking talent. It's just he's just not in a great situation. You put him with some other team who throws the ball. You put him with Kansas City. You put him with Buffalo. Just about anybody other team who don't have like a number one, he can be that guy for you. Yeah, and he's in a bad situation. So yeah, I'm having to I'm formulating a plan. I got a little bit. I have a half a plan of what I'm gonna do. So we're gonna see. I have a half a plan.
Do you think Seattle drafted JSN just to be that replacement to Tyler Lockett?
That's what I think. So Tyler needs to go. Bye-bye, Tyler. I would appreciate if you leave this because he's what, 32, 33?
I don't know how old he is, but like he doesn't have to leave this year. Like he can
selfishly, he needs to leave this year. For me. He needs to leave this year. Go ahead.
Selfishly, yeah, he needs to leave this year, but I personally don't think he will. But
he's 31. He turns 32 September 28th.
So in the season, he's 30. So I think he might end up. You might see the roles switch. JSN might move to number 2, and then Tyler might fall to number 3, just so he can take that. But as a rookie, that's what you're expecting, and that's what you're wanting your first round draft pick just to do, is take that next step up.
He got a couple of flashes, but he was only having like 7-8 points a game. I need that jump. I need for him to go 7 to fucking really 15 at least.
Yeah.
But I have I think I might have a contingency plan in case he doesn't.
There's nothing wrong with that. I'm pretty sure there's some other guys out there that you can probably get off and get
in the auction.
Yep. In the auction and potentially up in the rookie draft. Like you do have 2 potential picks that you could trade up higher to move up to get a potential one if you're really coveting one, like a Romeo Odunze. Like maybe somebody like him.
Where's Rome gonna go? We don't know.
We don't know. But what we can do if we don't know, after the combine, all these draft boards are going to go crazy. You know what we could do? We could go look at another draft like we do once a year, like once a month, and like let the people know, like, hey, this is how I would draft this round. Yeah, I think we're going to end up tapping into that. But let's go to the people. We already talked about the contenders, what you would end up doing. For somebody that is actually rebuilding, what are you trying to do? And prime example, I could talk about one of the leagues that I'm rebuilding in. Pretty much took over an orphan team. And what I did was I pretty much during the season, I was giving away players. I'm talking about giving away players left and right. I don't care if they got me points whatsoever. I just wanted assets. And when we talk about assets, similar to what we talked about before, when I mean assets, I mean draft picks. Draft picks or guys that I can physically know and understand what my vision is for my team. Like what we stated before, this league, I'll try to finish dead last so I can get a particular player. It didn't work too well. I ended up finishing second to last, which is fine. So yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. I don't know my pick selection. Like I can look it up real quick to see, but I know I'm at 1.02. And at 1.02, I do not have a wide receiver. So I got the pick of the litter right now, dogs. I got the pick of the litter. And for everybody out there who thinks Brock Bowers is that number 1 tight end dog out there, you might want to rethink some things. There are some other good
Really?
tight ends. There's some other good tight ends out there.
So you saying some other tight ends, or are you saying he's not number one? Because there's a difference. So what exactly are you saying?
I'll let when's the combine? I'll let the combine show if he performs. There's
And
another guy out there. There's a couple guys out there that I like.
That you like, but not necessarily they're the best tight end. Just that you like that they're probably being slept on.
I think they'll like the people who I'm thinking about right now. I think they'll have a better career than Brock.
Really? That's a bold statement. Where is Brock going? That's a bold statement. Does it matter where Brock goes? Does that?
I think it matters based off of what the NFL wants up in a tight end. I'll say that.
Man, Brock is being hyped. He ain't been hyped. Tight end hadn't been hyped this much, probably since Kyle Pitts. But he's better. Kyle Pitts is more of a vertical threat, which he didn't obviously did. I used him in Atlanta. But after the catch for Brock Bowers, man, I ain't done my full research on Brock Bowers. I ain't done my full research on the other tight ends. But for you saying that's a mouthful. Prospect wise, he's yeah. Now he could be a little bit better blocker, but who gives a shit, right?
Yeah,
I don't know. That's a mouthful you saying. We might have to replay this back.
Oh, we're gonna replay it back, and we're gonna be like
crazy talk, in my opinion.
Hey, did you really just say that? Yes, I did. But it's just my opinion though. Like everybody got their own opinions.
Everybody entitled to it.
If that's what it means, go do your research. Go do your research, or tell me down up in the comments why I'm wrong.
Right.
Tell me why I'm wrong. We can have a nice debate. Nothing wrong.
I don't know if everybody have done that much of a deep dive yet. I know I have not. I'm just not scratching the surface.
Yeah, man. So
you're fine. So you had 102 in the other league. You need a wide receiver. And we're assuming it, right? That Marvin Harrison Jr. I mean, somebody might take a quarterback in your league, though. It might be. Is it a super flex?
No, it's the crazy guy. It's the crazy. Well, he ain't crazy. The guy that be trading draft picks and then trading. That's who's at 1.01. He's up in our league. Your favorite author?
Chase. Oh, now they got that 101?
Yeah.
Man, ain't no telling what that fool gonna do. Ain't no telling. You're right. He's not going quarterback. But I'll
get Romeo Duzay.
But I mean, you're either gonna get if you want a wide receiver and you feel like
I'm trying to see what my other
Marvin
picks are.
And Neighbors are 1 and 2. You get one of them. He's gonna probably go Neighbors. Depending on where Neighbors go. Like if Neighbors goes to the Chargers, he gonna go Neighbors.
Yeah,
and I think he like Neighbors over Marvin Harrison Jr.
He does.
As I'm doing my research, it might be a conflict between them two.
Yeah, personally, so I will have to keep my statement. Like I've been saying, it doesn't make a difference where they go. Personally, as long as you like the prospect, you're gonna like the prospect. He's gonna end up doing what he's gonna do. But could he do something? I'll be cool with either Marvin Harrison Jr. or Middle Neighbors or my boy Romeo Duzay.
So you cool with one if one of them goes to Chicago?
Yeah. Oh yes. Yeah. Sign me up. I will take that. I'm talking about first flight out to Chicago.
With Fields or Kelly Williams or whoever else they pick at one.
I'm hoping it's Fields.
No matter what quarterback it is, you cool with it.
Nope. Because you want to know why? My philosophy, like I always tell everybody, I don't need my rookie to start day one.
Right. I understand that.
I don't need my rookie to start day one. Right. I draft you for a reason. I need in year 3, I need you to start performing like I drafted you, which is a top 5 guy. Right. If you don't do that, then you a bust to me. But I give you 3 years. Well, you might not be a bust, but hey, we know how everybody is. Everybody takes their time in progression. Most rookies take a good year and a half, especially wide receivers understand the coverage, also understand the speed of the game, which is probably the first 8 weeks is understand the speed. Now, if you got somebody that just is just that guy and knows speed, then you
Jamar
got your dude.
Chase. You got your dude off the tree.
Yeah.
I remember when I drafted Jamar Chase, I wasn't expecting him to start first year. I didn't even start for like the first 4 or 5 weeks. He just kept producing. I was like, I got to put him in the starting lineup. Okay, then. Don't let me please exceed my expectations. Please do.
Let's see. Sorry, everybody. I'm looking at to see what picks I got up in this league so I can give y'all a better analysis.
This is a rebuilding team.
Yeah, this is me doing a rebuild. So,
draft picks are currency or high currency, and please don't trade if you have a draft pick, don't trade your draft pick before the actual NFL draft,
unless you have a plan and you that guy.
The draft picks gain is closer to the draft. Draft picks they gain more and more value.
They do.
So
they do.
To me, it does not make sense to trade a draft pick now where I can get more in the beginning of May.
Yeah.
Plan or no plan. Let's add to the plan, make the plan even better. Let's get more than what I thought I could get. Somebody said, somebody's an idiot though. Let them talk.
Hey man. So I will say I'm at pick 1.02, but then my picks right after that ain't as good. So I'm at 107 and then like 109. So and then so it's not bad. I'm at 1.02, 1.07, and 1.09. So I got a nice. Could
you pack a 7 and 9 and move up to like 4? Would you want to do that?
Probably not, because the guy who I'm going up against, I don't even think he actually has his pick, to be honest with you.
How many guys
I'm looking at you? So your favorite author, he doesn't even have his own pick. So he ended up going to the losers. He ended up finishing dead last for a guy that actually doesn't have. But this is the league that like the orphan team that he took over traded away his first round pick. So
how did he get 101 then?
I thought he had 101 because his name was there. Until I looked at the actual picks, it was always
have 101.
He has 1.04 though. He has 1.04.
Okay.
But we'll see what happens. Like, I think I got a good gist of what I'm going to do. I probably will go back to back wide receivers and then probably go.
You talking about at 4 and 7?
Yeah, at 2 and 7.
That's what I meant, 2 and 7. Yeah, 2 and 7.
Yeah, I think I'll probably go back to back wide receivers, and then I will. For the people that don't watch this and don't listen, I'll probably go with my number 1 tight end that's on my draft board right there at number 9.
109. You don't think he'll fall to the second round?
Oh, he'll fall to the second round, but I don't pick until 2.06. So
that might be too far. Okay.
Yeah. So, and I don't know how these people trade up in this league. I'm still trying to fill them out. So I just got to get my guy.
So if you're in a rebuilding, draft picks key, right?
Yep. Key.
You want to get draft picks, as many draft picks as you can. Trade whoever you got to trade to get those draft picks because they become currency, and as they get closer to draft, like we say, they're more valuable. So you might be able to get, if you got 3 firsts, and you might be able to trade, his 1.09 for 112, and then maybe a first next year. So now you got some more currency, or even a player, a stud player that you feel like is a stud.
If there's somebody's trying to get into that draft, maybe I don't. Maybe at 109, what he said. Maybe I do not want to select somebody. Maybe I could package up 109 and then 209 to move back. But then also the person that I'm moving back with, maybe he has a pick that I can move up with. And then I can probably get a future capital as well, like maybe a third, because we just got that this year up in this league. So we got some 3rd round picks who I need to go and start scraping those off people because I know they ain't going to want
them. Right. Or even, like I said, or even a player, a Jonathan Taylor, or I'm trying to think someone who's pretty good who could probably garner a 109 pick.
Yeah.
So yes, draft picks are currency. And those are key when you try to rebuild, for sure.
Yep. Very key. Let's see what else.
I mean, think of what you did. You had 4 first-round picks. You weren't even trying to rebuild. You was trying to go back to back, and he used those picks to get a stacked team, and then he was able to win to go back to back.
Yeah, but I also made moves that I didn't need to make just so other people couldn't make them moves. And what I'm talking about is, I gave up a first round pick for DeAndre Swift that I didn't need to do.
Oh, what was that trade? It's recorded. Would you give up?
Yeah, I gave up my first and 25 for DeAndre Swift,
because
like a 1 year rental. Well, no, I just didn't want nobody else to because as me being the contender and me going back to the playoffs over and over here, I always access everybody's team, and I saw people who needed running backs, and I'm like, well, if you need a running back, I can care less about this first. Well, no, not if they even want to come to me. It's more of like, you need a running back, but this guy wants this value for the running back. You don't want to pay that, but you're trying to win. So maybe you might try to reconsider, but let me go in and get him before you do and just keep him on my team and stash him just up on my bench. So then you physically cannot use that player in the playoffs. And maybe it's that player that actually ends up going off in the playoffs. But you want to know something? He's going off on my bench.
Right.
And I'm loving every bit of it because he's just sitting right there going off. And I'm just laughing my way, walking to go get the money bags and then that championship trophy or the belt or the ring as he just sits there as you over there crying, boo-hooing, wishing that you would have got old guy, but you didn't want to have the cojones just to get him. We know how people are out there.
Yeah. I mean, and for the first 10 weeks, he was balling. He was balling for the first 10 weeks. So he went down, and the Eagles' offense went down.
Yep.
Unfortunate as an Eagles fan. Very unfortunate.
Yep, very unfortunate. But that is our thoughts on what we missed last week, which was in the Super Bowl. But we also gave you our thoughts on if you're going into the Dynasty year, which everybody should, start getting ready, start doing your research. These are some of the areas that you should try to focus on. And if you got new owners that are coming into the leagues that are taking over for other owners, nothing wrong with sliding in the DMs just to introduce yourself, wine and dine them, and see what type of team they like. And then keep that to yourself. Because when a trade ends up happening and people going to be like, well, how'd you end up getting that trade done? Well, did you talk to the person? Did you see who his favorite team was? Did you see what players he's like? Is he the type of person that I like to have players that are on my team? Maybe they do. Maybe they don't. Just got to see. Nothing wrong with sliding in the DMs in fantasy to get players who you want. Yeah, that's all I got, man. Man, that's all
you're ingratiating yourself with your other GMs, which you should do.
Yeah, man. You got to know your GMs, man.
You have to do that.
Any final words over there?
No, which ones are suckers.
Pretty much.
There's always a sucker. Every league is a sucker who think, it's a sucker who is always the Jets, the Cleveland Browns, the Chicago Bears of every league. So, yeah. You won't get 12 Chiefs in the league, right?
No, but you also got some teams that think they are playing chess, but they actually really playing checkers.
Really playing checkers.
We ain't gonna call this person out, but this person is playing checkers. Ain't playing chess.
Chess against third graders, what they playing, if anything.
Nah, I say about toddlers, dog. Hey, you can't knock them third graders, dog. Them third graders, they might know what they doing. Them pop.
Found you one that's wicked smart.
Yep.
Yeah.
Those little young whippersnappers. But I ain't got nothing else, man. Any last words? Any last closing remarks that you want to do? We know you're doing your regular. Go ahead and do it. Go ahead. Show it off.
We thank y'all for joining. We know you could have been anywhere in the world, but you were here with us, and we appreciate that. Spread love, not hate. Subscribe.
Yep, subscribe. And you already know what they say. We zig when others zag. Zig and zag. Yep, zero. Peace.
Yeah.
But did you actually see that? So there was that Dunkin' Donuts commercial, but then like Tom Brady was in like 4 or 5 commercials, dog.
I heard that. I didn't. I missed them.
The dude
I was kind of still cooking. I missed him.
Bro, the dude was in like 4 to 5 commercials, and I'm
Really?
like, I see why this dude ain't worried about playing.
On retirement, who'd be dumb enough to do that?
I'm sure was on point. Like
It was ain't no Usher though. They said it was mid. What you think?
I thought it was good, man. I thought it was good.
Me too.
I'm thinking it's good because he did his thing. Like what I wanted to see is Usher and bring out people that I know, and that's what he did.
That's what he did.
People got stuff all up on a daggone pedestal and everything. Like you got expectation. Like, man, I want Usher to come out the ceiling just flipping and everything, saying,
Right.
"Yeah."
I'm going to the concert. So when he comes in,
There you go. Like you going to the concert.
got my money. I said I can check him off the list. I ain't seen Usher in person.
Wait, I'll give you one example. I'll give you 2 actually. In one league, I'm the defending champ. Whooped everybody's ass and everything. Wasn't even close. Got this back to back. So I'm the champ. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to get younger.
No, fool. Don't disrespect you like that. Is it? I am trying to disrespect you like that. I was in the loser bracket. No.
No. I'm sorry, my bad, y'all. It's a leap year, so he actually made it to the actual winners bracket this year. So
First of all,
what was your thoughts? And let's slap it to the psh. Yeah.
I don't know. That's a mouthful you saying. We might have to replay this back.
Oh, we're gonna replay it back, and we're gonna
That's
be that
crazy talk, in my
Woo, woo, woo.
opinion.
Woo, woo. Hey, did you really just say that? Yes, I did.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
Or currency or high currency. And please don't trade if you have a draft pick, don't trade your draft pick before the actual NFL draft.
Unless you have a plan and you that guy.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
Oh, that dude's up in the doghouse, dog. That dude.
What did he do? What he was only second round pick in real life? What round did he go?
He was second round.
What did he do? Is he just not that good? This is missed. Yeah. Now he could be a little bit better blocker, but who gives a shit, right?
But
So
could he do something? I'll be cool with either Marvin Harris Jr. or Malik Neighbors or my boy Romeo Aduze.
You popping your shit, nigga.
Just saw one of the most electric players in the country.
And I'm just laughing my way, walking to go get the money bags and then that championship trophy or the belt or the ring as he just sits there as you over there crying, boo-hooing, wishing that you would have got old guy, but you didn't want to have the cojones just to get him.
What did he say? Thanks for checking out another episode of Cerberus Gridiron Podcast, powered by Cerberus Fantasy Sports. Make sure you stay tuned for the next episode.